I've been going through something, me and my friend, and we had a talk, and God showed me about spiritual battles, right? And it's something different He showed me. I was going through my studies at ABI about doing a final paper, and I stumbled upon this, and I just started meditating and praying and studying it, and this is what I got, right? It's 1 Samuel 21. Now David came to Nob, to Amalek, the priest. The names are hard to pronounce. And Amalek was afraid when he had met David and said to him, "Why are you alone and no one with you?" So David said to Amalek the priest, "The king has ordered me on some business and said to me, 'Do not let anyone know anything about the business on which I send you or what I have commanded you. And I have directed young men to such and such place. Now, therefore, what have you on hand? Give me 5 loaves of bread in my hand, and or whatever can be found." And the priest answered David and said, "There is no common bread on hand, but there is holy bread. If the young men have least kept themselves from home women," then David answered the priest and said to them, "Truly, women have been kept from us about 3 days since I came out, and the vessel of the young men are holy, and the bread is in effect common, even though it was consecrated in the vessels this day." So the priest gave him holy bread, for there was no bread there but the showbread, which had been taken from before the Lord, in order to put hot bread in its place on the day when it was taken away. So when we read this, we got to get it in context. King David was anointed king, but there was a king already in place, so it wasn't his time to reign as king, and God has anointed him. So Saul is trying to kill him, right? One of the reasons he's trying to kill him because Saul has a son, and it should be technically going to his son, the heir. But God ripped the kingdom from Saul. He was not doing the will of God, and he was not walking according to God, right? He was in rebellion to God. So King David is running for his life. This is a spiritual battle. We see these things that happen in our lives, and we don't really see the spiritual side of it, right? And so this represents a spiritual battle, God's anointing on our lives. And we're going to go through it because we have a calling on our lives and we're anointed. And those that are listening, if you don't believe, I'm telling you that if you're listening to this, then you have it. There's a reason. Nothing's an accident. You have a calling on your life, right? And so King David's running, and he ends up going to the tabernacle, the tabernacle, the house of the Lord. And he's talking to the high priest, right? So the example of this is, it's not that he lied